Hi folks, was a privilege to read Jackie's paper. Look forward to sharing a few insights from what I learned with you. Major question at the heart, did Philo of Alexandria impact writers of the New Testament and how? Beginning in John, logos, favorite term for Philo, articulating a metaphysical abstraction, never something that would take on material form. Logos also used in the Gospel of John, but as John describes the term, the concept, it's both metaphysical and material in the person of Christ. This is something unthinkable to Philo, who would never marry the divine with the material world. Therefore, dependence unlikely. Philo and Paul, much discussion here. Philippians 3, 5 through 21 provides a Pauline framework for self-mastery and stoicism, similar ideas to what Philo advocated. But Jackie says just because Philo and Paul fought the same cultural battles in the same time frame may account for similarities, but then again these two were educated in fine schools, perhaps with similar ideas and perhaps with similar methodologies. Many connections between Hebrews, the author of Hebrews, and Philo. Just to name two, a wisdom Christology mirroring Alexandrian teaching about Sophia. So that's the depiction of Sophia there. Hebrews asserts the superiority of Jesus over a group of individuals and classes that served mediatorial functions. So Jesus is the chief mediator, therefore. Alexandrian thought often advocated for the notion of this mediator between the divine and the material. The group discussed would include Melchizedek, Moses, Sophia, Logos, and the angels. These are groups discussed by Philo, and some of this, of course, overlaps with the book of Hebrews. Nevertheless, Jackie affirms that this can be culturally explained and doesn't necessarily require anything more than an intent on behalf of the author of Hebrews to prove Jesus' superiority over these other common worldly ideals. Peter. Let's take an example of overlapping rhetoric from 1 Peter 4:7, according to Jackie. The end of all things is near, therefore be of sound judgment, sober spirit for the purpose of prayer. Spiritual sacrifice was something that, and Stoicism was something that was a big echo between Philo's thinking, Peter's thinking, but Jackie's undaunted, saying these likely reflect rhetorical strategies to write to Gentiles in the diaspora in a way that would resonate with their current understanding. So something like a comminated revelation. So concluding, Jackie reasserts any similarities between Philo's writings and the New Testament authors are likely the result of common cultural roots rather than textual or personal dependence. So a few suggestions from me. I just got interested in this whole discussion, really appreciated it, and wanted to see a clearer timeline between the writers of the writers of the New Testament, specifically those discussed, between Philo, who I believe dies right about here, 50, 60, and also between some of the early church fathers who were writing in the 1st and 2nd century, simply because I think it would clarify for me some of the discussion of how influence may have played out or may not have played out. Also, often the counter-argument to me seems speculative, saying, well, this could just be cultural dependence, and I think that's absolutely right. It could just be cultural dependence. But then we have, I think, recourse to many arguments that there are things we can point to specify alternative paths of thought and alternative sources. For example, woman wisdom in Proverbs or lady wisdom in Proverbs, as opposed to Sophia, the goddess of wisdom. So fascinating discussion, very much appreciated, and it was a privilege. So thank you very much, Jackie. There we are. It's fighting with me a bit. Look forward to seeing you all in warmer temperatures.